Hey guys, Dom Rinaldi here, and we are going to take Abcellera through the 5P review system. We're going to talk about people, right? Leadership, company culture, and inside ownership. Then we're going to talk about problem solving. Do they impact a large total addressable market? The platform itself, or is it a platform? And is it a product that is superior, that breeds optionality and has a strong brand? Profitability, with a path to profitability within the next 3 to 5 years, and predictable revenues, high gross margins, and look at sustainable growth overall for Abcellera. So let's jump in. Okay, guys, here's the 5P score chart and what we're going to go through today. Let's start with people at Abcellera and really evaluate the leadership, the company culture, and inside ownership. So Abcellera is founder-led. Carl Hansen has been the CEO the entire time. He's the co-founder, and they've been around for over a decade now. And so you can see a little bit about their team. You can screenshot this and read this. I won't read all this for you. But you can see here in 2020, they were named Best Workplaces for Innovators list. They've had other company awards. On Glassdoor, they have over a 4.9 rating, as well as on diversity and inclusion. They've won several awards within Canada overall about their workplace culture. And one of the big things that jump out at me for company culture is let's look at their actual website. So when we look at their team, meet the team section here, you can see human potential magnified. I love just that simple, short verbiage on their team. And then look at their actual page when you say meet the team. So normally you'll see, a board of directors, you'll see something similar to this. But what you won't see is when you go down into the different teams and sub teams that make up the actual, and you can reset the filters here, that make up the whole company. You can see here, we'll just go on someone who's not on the board of directors. We'll go here to Maya, and we can see what her interests are, her LinkedIn page, qualifications, what her area of focus is. We can go to the next one. And it's the same thing. Go through everyone here, talk about their family, traveling, their interests, all these kind of things. It just shows they're focused on people. And if you hear Carl talk in the last video that I posted, he talks about the people are what make this company special and make it a differentiated company in this marketplace, and that will take it for decades to come. Anybody who's focused on people really understand that is what you invest in as a company owner, and as a shareholder. And so they get that. So I'm really excited that I believe they definitely cover this leadership, company culture. Now let's look at inside ownership. So you can see here on the inside ownership, there's over 28% almost of insider ownership. I really like that. We have some VC firms also. We have the general public, and institutions are starting to get in. Keep in mind, this is a $4 billion market cap stock, and it actually is now 3.7, or I think, 3.725 as of today's end of market close, because it's dropped a little bit. So we can see here, Carl, the CEO and founder, co-founder, has 20% ownership, which is awesome. Then we look at some of the firms, we can see here, Alliance, SoftBank. We have Peter Thiel owning almost 4% as well, Data Collective, and we have Peter Thiel's founder fund. This breeds a lot of confidence around what is here. And you can see the change in additional ownership too over the past couple of weeks. Now we look at problem solving. Do they impact a large total addressable market? Hands down, the answer is yes. When you look at how many diseases and viruses and things that we need to solve for in the world, and how drug discovery itself, see what I've highlighted here. Phase 1 trials have not increased. It's still slightly under 10%, same as other estimates over the last couple of decades. That to me, although it's not just me, is probably the single most important figure in the pharmaceutical industry. No other major business type operates under such a high failure rate, and it's the source of so many things that make ours distinctive. And I mean distinctive in all that it senses ranges from impressive to infuriating. Greater than 90% failure in the central crucial process of the whole industrial drug discovery business. Fix that and everything changes. And that's what they're trying to do, is to fix the failure rate in drug discovery, and specifically on more natural drug discovery for antibody therapies. And so you can see here, the central innovation, it starts with their operating system. It starts with their software and their process. And then it builds all the way out to all these different therapeutic areas, such as allergic inflammation, infectious disease, autoimmune disease, women's health. I mean, there's so many different areas that this could address. So I'm going to give this a big check mark. Now, platform. We're back to this slide again because it is a platform and an operating system and a software that is superior, that is patented and proprietary. And as you can see here, it does breed optionality, both in the type of business models they have and the deal types with their customers. It breeds optionality in the partner types in their customer base. It breeds optionality in the modalities and how they deliver these drugs, and then also the therapeutic ideas therapeutic areas. And it's also more cost effective and delivers the drugs faster. So all in all, people are signing up for this, which leads to strong brand. They have 138 programs under contract as of Q2. I know that's higher now as of Q3 finishing. And you can see here all of the different areas that covers. Now, out of that, 115 are already in downstream participation with the drug discovery companies and pharmaceutical companies. You can see the diversity and the different sizes and types, as we saw on the last page. And then we can see the different kinds of revenue models that they have. So all around, giving this a big check mark. And you can see that even pharmaceutical and drug companies are starting to focus a third of their efforts on very difficult drugs that no one's kind of been successful at, because this platform is so unique and differentiated in the marketplace that maybe this can be what helps solve these difficult targets to provide a drug for. We also see here, looking at new next-gen therapies and new modalities that have been looked at to deliver solutions for these viruses and diseases. And so it's just breeding tons of optionality. Now, profitability or path to profitability, that's what makes this so unique. It's $4 billion market cap here. You can see that it's profitable already. It became profitable this year. A lot of that's due to the development they did with being the fastest antibody therapy to market for COVID-19 and providing results for that. And then you can see here that they have a very healthy balance sheet. The return on equity is higher than the industry. Return on assets and return on capital employed is higher as well. It's at least 2 times the interest rate, which is excellent. You always want to have at least 2 times the interest rate of whatever's going on in the market when you talk about return on capital employed, which they definitely do that. And then the return on assets just shows the percentage of how profitable a company's assets are in generating revenue. So very much so checking the box here. And we can see here that they have a lot of cash on hand, 800 million. Actually, I'm sorry, 800 million in assets, 750 million cash. So a little less, but you can see here, very, very healthy, fully covered, a long way to cover their cash burn. Now you can see the last piece, predictable revenue and margins and sustainability. Now their margins are high, but you can see the analysts are predicting that earnings are going to go down as COVID-19 goes away. But this is so much more than a COVID-19 stock, and people don't understand that. Analysts haven't changed their price target. The price target's $46 and it's at $13.23, I believe, as of tonight. So you can see here, $13.27. You can see gross profit margin, 76% last 12 months trailing. You can see EBITDA margin right here at 67%. Net income margin at 47%, but it is up and down, and that's how drug companies are. But what I'm looking for is more pipeline, more partnerships, and continued growth in clinical trials. And I think it was like a quarter ago, they had 2 in clinical trials. Now they have 5 already in clinical trials. And so we want to watch that and keep seeing that grow. So where do they finally score? People, definitely. Problem solving, most definitely. Platform, it's their whole premise of their company. Profitability, already there. Hopefully, we got to make sure to watch that they stay there even after COVID. And then predictable revenue, I'm not going to give them the check mark here because it's not really predictable at this moment. Although we are seeing more partnerships, more pipeline, it's all encouraging, but it is speculative growth because we got to see more things go through positive on clinical trials, get more royalty revenues. And then in 2024, when they start creating their own drugs with their GMP facility and partnering more in that aspect, I think we will see predictable revenues. But we did see high gross margins and they are profitable today. This is why it's one of my top 10 holdings because I'm willing to endure that risk for the long term. I plan on holding this for the next 10 to 20 years. And at only a $3.75 billion market cap now as of tonight, can it be a $37 billion market cap in 10 years? I think for sure. There's just too much optionality and capabilities out there for them to solve. And they have all the other pieces here that I believe in with high conviction that they can get there. But once again, this is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or anything in this. This is just for entertainment purposes and my opinion, but also to give you information to do your own due diligence and dive further into Abcellera so you can see if this is the stock for you. So thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to help me deliver more videos like this, more content, and help you learn to dominate your investments.